to Gotta Be Country Radio. We are here at CRS. It is day 3, 4, 7. I'm not sure.
12.
I think. Yeah, it's a little bit more of a marathon, not a sprint.
That's what you keep saying anyway, so you can stay alive.
Exactly. I ordered a spare liver, but I don't think it came in yet. Oh, well, I'm here with Brice Long, and I ended up running into you last night at the stage. We were at a really awesome party there.
Yeah, it was killer, man. Dirks, and they did a great job.
They did.
It was awesome. It was funny to see
It was.
Randy and Charles and Miranda and all of them play. I mean, it was cool.
In mullets, mostly.
Yeah, he did a great job, though, man. Dirks is such a funny guy anyway, so it was killer.
Yeah, definitely. Well, and as you mentioned, Randy was there, and you helped write the song that Randy's got out.
Absolutely, like a cowboy.
Like a cowboy, and that's we're crossing our fingers. Number one.
Gosh, I know. I'm crossing my toes and my fingers.
Just don't cross your eyes. That really suck when you're riding.
No kidding.
But you have quite the long line of rights and everything. Kind of go into that a little bit on some of your highlights.
Yeah, it's been really cool, you know. I mean, just in the last... I mean, I've been here 22 years. I've moved to Nashville in '93, and my first writing deal was Reba, Starstruck, and you know, and then over the last several years, you know, I've been blessed to have hits, but you know, Nothing on But the Radio was a big #1 for Gary Allan, and Today for Gary, and Casey's Let's Don't Call It a Night, and you know, I had the John Pardi single, What I Can't Put Down, and now Like a Cowboy with Randy, and
awesome.
He cut Anything Goes. That was mine, his first single, which was awesome, and kind of, it really, you know, kind of put Randy and I together, and kind of developed a great friendship and a writing opportunity that, you know, has been fantastic for me.
Sure.
I love writing with him. He's such a great writer, and then, you know, I mean, anything you write, after you hear him sing it, you feel like it's a hit anyway, whether it is or not.
Very true.
He's just the best singer I think we've got out there at radio right now. So
awesome.
It's been great. I've been very blessed.
That's very cool. And then you were talking about a little bit that you've got some upcoming stuff that just got cut.
Absolutely, man. I've got one on the new Garth record, and actually Garth played it last night.
Really?
Did he? He did his show over at Marathon. Yeah, and it was the only new song he did off the record.
Really?
It's really cool. It's called All American Kid, and it's, you know, it's about a kid who wins a football game and then goes off to, you know, serve his country in war, and then comes back again. He comes home, and he's the All-American comeback kid, and Garth cut it, and it's a fantastic cut, and he did it last night and had soldiers on the stage with the American flag and everything, and I wished I could have been there. We really didn't know that much about it.
Yeah.
You know, we were all hanging out down there for Dirks and stuff, and but man, I got so many great emails and pictures, and people called me, well, man, this was killer, you know. So it's really good. I mean, that's a cut that everybody in town wanted, and I actually wrote that song with Craig Campbell and Terry McBride.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Craig actually cut it for his record, and then it ended up making the record. So anyway, Garth heard it and loved it, and ended up cutting it, and it's on his record. So I got my fingers crossed. I hope it's the next single. I hope that's what it is. I hope he was kind of debuting.
Kind of little teaser out there for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. So it'll be interesting to see, but it's a great cut, and he did a great job.
Yeah, very neat. Now, a little bit of background about you. As we're sitting here, you have on the Mandalay Bay jacket. You know, there's a few people that know about that in the rodeo world.
Absolutely.
It's very interesting to walk around here because people really don't know that aspect of rodeo. They're very into country music and that type of thing, but I don't think rodeo gets as much highlights. But when you go through a lot of the stuff, and you rope and team rope also.
Team roper, yeah.
Yep, and you know, I don't think people realize that when you're on the road so much doing the rodeo stuff, you get so many experiences.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's, you know, what's interesting is those lives kind of go hand in hand. You take the rodeo guys and the travel that they put in, and then you take artists and the country music that are on the road and the different towns they go to, and it's kind of, you know, you got your buddies on the road playing in a band, you got your buddies on the road traveling, you know, you're roping together, you're hauling together, you're doing, you know, whatever you have to do to get down the road from one rodeo to the next, and you know, they kind of go hand in hand, and then there's, you know, so much of the music, you know, just fits the lifestyle of the cowboys, and
a little bit of the gypsy lifestyle. I mean, you all caravan together, and you're all in one place for either a weekend or a week, and kind of like being on the road with the music stuff, and then you split off, and you know, you may see him the next weekend, or you may not see him for a couple months.
That's right. That's exactly right. And it's, you know, and then the friendships you develop along the way too. I mean, that's a really cool part of it. There's a lot of great people in the, you know, in our music industry, and there's a lot of wonderful people in rodeo.
Oh yes, definitely.
I've become such good friends with so many great folks out there that are, you know, that run up and down that road. I mean, you know, Chad Masters is a world champion, man.
Yep.
He grew up right up the road here from Nashville and Adams, Tennessee, and I just think the world of him. He's such a, you know, he's a great roper, but he's a really good guy
really
too.
Nice guy.
And there's just so many of them, man. Justin McBride and I have gotten to be really close buddies, and it's, you know, that rodeo lifestyle is just fun. I mean, it's just a lot of good folks, and you know, man, there's nothing better than, you know, getting on a horse and roping, man. You know, it just, yeah, I love it because it gets me away from the music long enough for me to, you know, kind of let my mind kind of open up and not think so much about that, and then
way better than trying to do yoga.
Oh, 10 times better. I'm the world's worst at that. I tried that for about 2 minutes, and I went, oh, I don't believe this is for me.
Everybody's like, oh, it'll clear your head. It'll clear your head. I'm like, put me on a pony.
Yeah,
I'll take that instead.
Yes. Yeah, me too. I'm with you. Britt, I'm totally with you on that.
Well, and I know you know, like a cowboy, and Randy rides also.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, so it's nice, and you got John Pardi's cuts and everything, and John rides and John ropes.
Yeah, roping.
You know, which is so cool, because I think for quite a while in the music industry, there was no real cowboys here for a while. And
except George. I mean, he's
except
been
for
the guy.
George.
He's
exactly.
been the guy.
And that's one of those things, as being an icon like George, he can stand up there in his Wranglers and his shirt and his hat and just stand there and play. And you know, everybody seems to be a little bit more into the show, but man, even out in Vegas, the shows that were out there, some of the best ones were, you know, just stand there on stage, play your songs.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
And that's, you know, the cool part of George is he's, you know, that the cowboy way of life for him is, you know, I mean, it's as much who he is as the music business is, you know, and I've always thought a lot of him because of that, you know. I mean, he's carried on that tradition. I mean, the cowboy hat, the buckle, the boots, the whole deal, you know, and he's the real guy.
And been legit at it.
Yeah,
exactly. It's not an act by any means.
And that's, you know, that gives a little more validity to what they do. For me, I mean, I respect that.
Yep, I'm with you on that. What all is kind of your history in team roping? I mean, PRCA?
No, you know, I never went to any PRCAs. A lot, you know, IRA rodeos, and then a lot of U.S. ropings, and have gotten into roping at the World Series events now. I went to Vegas this year and competed at the World Series event out there, and, you know, didn't
How'd you do on that?
I didn't do worth a crap. Man, as much as I hate to say it, I did. And I wrote so good practicing, you know. I mean, we write so much, and I've been out on the road and playing and then writing as well with artists and stuff, and you don't get as much time to practice as you want to. So I practiced a bunch, you know, getting ready for that in November and 1st of December, and I felt really good about going out there and roping, and then I just didn't rope as good as I should have, you know, and it happens. Yeah. I mean, that's part of it.
But the South Point parties that may have kind of attributed.
Well, you know, I mean, and then there's that. But,
and then there's that. It's kind of like the Bridge Bar here at CRS.
You try to, you know, sometimes you want to walk by there and not even look over in that direction.
Because you don't want to go in.
You get drawn in, and then there you are for most of the night. But
that was a bottle of Pendleton?
Yeah, no kidding. What was I thinking? Yeah, the next morning when you're looking through one eye and you're going, what did I do?
Exactly.
But they, you know, I mean, they put on such a great roping out there at South Point.
They do.
I mean, it's such a huge event, and just it seems like it's just getting bigger every year.
It is. Every year. I noticed this year they had way more vendors. They had way more sponsors into it. I heard a lot more people actually, they go to the NFR one night, but they go to the South Point for 3-4 days.
Sure.
Which they could get their rodeo fix in that also.
And they cater really well out there, man. Ryan Growney and them out there, you know, they just take care of the cowboys. I mean, they really do. The South Point is a really good place to be.
Well, and they have the PRCA convention ahead of time also, which really brings in a lot of, you know, your contractors and a lot of your different production people also ahead of time, which is kind of nice to be able to tie all that kind of in. Going forward, what do you got going?
I mean, coming up in the future here, we're, you know, we were talking about George, so I just got a cut by George that will be on the new record. They're finishing it up, so it's my first George Strait cut, and that is, you know, 22 years I've been here in town, Britt, and that's the one I've wanted ever since I moved here. I mean, and it's interesting. I mean, I ended up getting Garth and George within the same year.
But I was
so
just going to
it's-
say, that's amazing.
It's crazy. It's really crazy.
So can you allude to what that song is?
Yeah, there's the George Strait song is a song called "Wish You Well" that I wrote with Clint Daniels and Jeff Hyde, two really good buddies. Jeff plays for Eric Church, and
I was going to say, wasn't he up today at the Ryman, I think?
yeah, I think he was.
Yep,
That's right.
yep.
And Clint's just a great songwriter. Had a record deal like me back a few years ago, and so we're just writing songs now, and it's a really great song. I'm really proud of it because it's a really, really great song, and I can't wait to hear. I mean, I still haven't heard the cut yet.
Really?
It's not completely finished.
Oh,
so,
wow.
So I can't wait for that. I should be able to hear it maybe in the in the next month.
Sure,
So
sure.
I'm excited to hear it.
No doubt. Oh, goodness. That is amazing. That's so awesome. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, here in Nashville, I've been noticing a lot of writers' rounds.
It's interesting because there's always been, songwriters nights here in town and stuff like that. Of course, the Bluebird's legendary for it.
Yes.
But it's amazing, man. Ever since that show Nashville's been on TV, I just played it last week. I just played it Thursday night with Tony Arata and Pat McLaughlin and Stephen Dale Jones, and I played the Bluebird. And I mean, it's like sold out in like 2 minutes. And and then the Bluebird's not that big, but
No,
but
it's not. I did drive by.
That show it's just everybody has seen it on the show Nashville. So man, when they come to town, they want to go to the Bluebird, which is awesome. I mean, it's great for the writers in this town, and especially for the Bluebird. But man, it doesn't take long to sell out these days, and a lot of it's got to do with that show. How much exposure it's gotten off the Nashville TV show.
Very true. Well, that's very cool. Well, I'm so glad that you took a couple minutes here and chatted with me.
Shoot, it's always good to see you.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? I mean,
thanks.
it's great. And thanks for sitting down and visiting with me.
Yeah,
Shoot, I've
definitely.
always had a ball visiting with you, and man, it's fun, and I love what you guys do. So just let me know. I'm glad to be a part of it.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you.